Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will be covering the part 2 of how to deal with negative emotions. If you are new and you haven't yet watched my part 1, then you can go ahead and watch my part 1 of the video where I have spoken about how to deal with negative emotions from a short-term perspective. You can either see the pop-up over here or I will leave the link in the description below. So this video is going to be part 2, the continuation of the part 1, where I will be talking about how do you deal with negative emotions, but this video is going to be about long-term perspective. Now we are going to dive deep into the negative emotions so that it can help you understand yourself better. Coming up, hello champs! How do you deal with negative emotions? Well, if you are new to my channel and you haven't yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button down there. Also press the bell icon so that you will be notified with all my latest videos. Now coming back to the question, how do you deal with negative emotions? Remember, we are talking here in this video is about a long-term perspective. So the first solution or the first step that is going to be there for you is that you need to analyze your negative emotions. How do you analyze your negative emotion? The first thing is that you need to identify the story behind the negative emotion. And here is the magic. You need to open the book, start writing. It is as simple as that. If you are going through some negative feeling, if you are going through some low energy, just start writing. Why are you feeling that? What triggered you? What happened? What were your interpretations around it? What drama have you created around that particular story? Write it down. Write down the story. Write down, because there is some magic happens then when you put the pen and paper together. Okay, so the first step is that you identify the story behind your negative emotion. Put the pen and paper together so that you will understand yourself better. The second thing is that you need to write down in a journal. Okay, I personally have a journal for my emotions because I keep track of the emotions that are generating throughout the day. You know, I keep track of my positive emotions. I keep track of my negative emotions as well. Now, this point is the extension of the first point that I have said. Remember, this concept is about analyzing your negative emotions. So you have to write down in your journal. How did this negative emotion come up in you? What triggered it? Write down what are the interpretations that you have created around it. What is the drama? Who made this negative emotion in you? Were the other people involved in it? And if they were, well, how did you react to it? What did they do for you? You know, write down the entire story behind your negative emotions. Now, what happens when you write down the stories that you're becoming aware of your negative emotions? You're becoming aware of the circumstances. Maybe you have interpreted it in a very, very wrong way. Who knows? Now, when you look at your journal and you start reading out loud, or you just start reading it to yourself that, okay, these are the things that went wrong and I should have done it in this way, or maybe this person interpreted it in this way and I interpreted it in this way. Okay, these were the things that went wrong. Now, what is happening is you are becoming self-aware, and when you're becoming self-aware, you're trying to understand yourself better. Now, how do you come out of this negative emotion? Done. You have done the journaling. You know the reason that has caused you negative emotion. The next step is that you convert that negative emotion into positive emotion. How do you do it? You do it by using positive affirmations. You do it by using a visualization technique, or you give yourself a pep talk. Okay, I have several videos on my channel about positive affirmations. You can go and check them out. You can either see the pop-up over here, or I will also give the link below in the description about positive affirmations. They play such a powerful role in our lives. The third way is practice mindfulness. Now, the best way to be aware of your emotions, the best way to be aware of your thoughts is to practice mindfulness, to practice meditation. Even if it's just like for 5 minutes every day, just sit down for meditation, okay? Sit away from all the distraction, especially from digital sources, okay? Stay away from digital sources. just cool your body, calm your body, do some breathing techniques. Okay, here's the pro tip. Do few breathing exercises always before you start your meditation, because it's going to cool and relax your body. And when your body is relaxed, you will be better able to go into the meditative state. And once you get into the meditative state, just be aware of the thoughts that are popping in your mind. Be aware. Don't try to stop them. Don't try to block them. Don't try to delete them. Remember, there are going to be thousands of thoughts that are going to come in your mind. The scientists or the psychologists have even proven that a person, as per today, they have 60,000 thoughts in 24 hours. That's quite a lot of thoughts, and you remembering them or you keeping a track of them is highly impossible. So what you can do is, when you are meditating, just be aware of the thoughts that are popping in your mind. Be aware, see whether these thoughts are positive or negative, because these are generating the emotions depending upon the thoughts that you are thinking. Okay, so be aware, practice mindfulness, practice meditation, even if it's just for 5 minutes every day, and then you start improving the time, or you start increasing the time over a period of time. With practice mindfulness, it is very, very powerful. The next step is that you move away from negativity. Now, how do you move away from negativity? Is the first thing that you can do, the first and the foremost thing that you can do is change your environment. Okay, now when I say change your environment, is that look around you, look at your bedroom, look at the walls, look at the place where you spend the most time with. How is it surrounded? Are there too many items around you? Okay, is there any motivational quotes? Are there any inspiring things around you? Or is your room just packed up? Is your room just filled with files? Is your room just filled up with sports gear? Is your room just filled up with your tracksuit, your jackets, your socks? Oh God, please, you need to declutter your room. You need to declutter your environment, because what is happening is, when you have too many visual objects around you, especially the negative ones or the stuff that are not causing you positive vibes, you're constantly looking at them, and unconsciously you're generating negative emotions. Okay, so declutter your environment. Okay, things that you don't require, just throw them away, or just keep them away for a while. Remember, the place where you spend the most time needs to be clean, needs to be you need to have inspiration in that particular room. For me, it is my bedroom, and I need inspiration in my bedroom. So my bedroom is always filled with inspiration. It's always filled with motivation, and anything that I don't require, I always declutter it, because what you are seeing, you are attracting. Okay, so make sure your environment is clean. The next step is condition your mind. Now, how can you condition your mind? Is by creating daily rituals. Let me give you an example over here. So how do I start my day, or what are my daily rituals? The basics that I do is that when I wake up, the first thing I do is I start with gratitude prayer. Then I wake up, I get fresh, and I do meditation. Okay, and then I start my day. And at the end of the day, I always end my day with the gratitude prayer. I am thankful for the things that have happened throughout the day, even if I've had bad day. Okay, even if I've had a long day, and even if things have not happened as per me, even if I have had negative emotions throughout the day, or maybe in the middle of the day, it doesn't matter. I'm still grateful at the end of the day. And I also keep a journal. Okay, I keep track of my thoughts, I keep track of my emotions, I keep track of the things that are happening in my life. Okay, if there is any miracle happen, I write it in my journal. If there is something negative happen, I also write it in my journal. I'm keeping track of my progress. I'm keeping track of myself. I am becoming self-aware, and that is exactly what you need to do as well. You need to keep track of yourself. You need to create a daily routine. You need to create a daily ritual, and the best daily ritual that is highly recommended for everyone is start your day with gratitude and end your day with gratitude, because there is no power in the world that is greater than gratitude. And the best way to pray or use those gratitude mantras is always before you go to bed and when you wake up, because these two timings are when your subconscious mind is at the most activated. Create a daily ritual for two different timings. One, when you go to bed, and second, the first thing that you rise up in the morning. Let them be same. Let your subconscious feed in positive thoughts. Let your subconscious mind deposit positive thoughts in your mind. The next step would be increase your energy. Now, how you can increase your energy is by very simple thing is that you need to improve your sleep patterns. I get so many questions from athletes, from people saying that I can't sleep at night, I just keep staring at the roof, I don't know what to do, I can't sleep, but then early morning I have to wake up and I have to go for practice. How do I improve my sleep? I'm gonna do a whole different video on how you can improve sleep. But for right now, you have to increase your energy. You need to have good amount of sleep, ample amount of sleep, okay? Because as athletes, you are working day in and day out. Your muscles are sore, okay? You need good amount of sleep in order to be fresh, in order to have high energy in the morning, okay? So have good amount of sleep, at least for 7 to 8 hours is something I would recommend for everyone, okay? Because it's very important. If you are in deep sleep, if you are sleeping well, then you will naturally have good powers, you will naturally have high energy, and you will be vibrating at a very different frequency, and people can just look at you and feel like, wow, she's so fresh today, or he's so fresh today. That is because you had good sleep. Sleep plays a very prominent role in your life, guys. Do not neglect it. I get it, life gets busy, I get it, you have a lot of things to do, but please do not play around with sleep. Do not play around with sleep. If you are able to sleep well, then you will be able to perform at your best. And if you are performing at your best, you know you're successful. You will be able to win more trophies. You'll be able to become successful. Improve your sleeping habits to improve your energy. Last and the foremost method to deal with a negative emotion is that, see, if you're a person who is going through some severe trauma in life, or you are going through some depression, anxiety feeling, and the steps that I have mentioned in the part 1 and part 2 is not working for you, maybe you are going through some severe negative emotions in life, maybe you're trying to deal over some trauma that has happened, and these methods may not be working for you. So the solution to this problem would be, please consult a professional. It's always wise to consult a professional, because they will be better able to guide you on how to deal with the negative emotions, because these videos are going to help you to deal with the negative emotions from time to time. But if you are going through some severe trauma, if you're going through some severe crisis in life, if you are going through anxiety and depression, it's always wise to consult a professional. Always wise. So these were the various ways to deal with negative emotions from a long-term perspective. If you found this video helpful, please do not forget to like, share, and also comment below down there, because I would love to know your thoughts. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Take care until then, and more powers to you.